Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
First, let's get Shannon Morse. Snubs, our producer and wonderful person who is going to tell us a little bit about something new from ASUS. ASUS has made a number of Android tablets in the past at very, very low prices. This is the MemoPad HD7. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I will tell you at the end of my review. But first off, I just wanted to say that I'm always looking for options for, you know, the teenagers in my life and some of my younger cousins, people that can't necessarily afford the new Nexus, or they can't afford one of the really nice like Sony tablets. So this is the lower end family functional and travel friendly tablet from ASUS. It's called the MemoPad HD7. Now, it's called HD because it has a 16 by 10 HD screen. It's 1280 by 800 pixels, IPS display, and you can do all the multi-finger touching and everything like that. Now, one thing that I noticed first off, like as soon as I started reviewing this and testing it out, was the processor is a little bit slow on this guy. It's just a little bit slow.
You kind of expect that at the price point.
Yeah,
You know?
So it costs $149.99.
Wow.
It does have a quad-core processor in it, but you do notice some lag whenever you're doing a lot of multiple applications at once, and whenever you're doing a whole bunch of different things at once, playing videos and taking pictures and whatnot. So you do have a little bit of difficulty there. It is Android Jelly Bean. It's 4.2 Jelly Bean, so you have it's a little bit of an older generation, but I assume once KitKat starts catching up, they'll eventually get the newer version in. A little bit about the actual size of it. It's 7 inches, so it's very small.
It's a surprisingly good screen, frankly, for a cheap tablet.
It is. It's very, very bright. I was really impressed with the screen, actually. I like the screen a lot. It's very skinny. It only has a couple of buttons on the side, just power over here. You have volume, of course. The speaker is down here, that little guy over here. And then
with
you have
Sonic Master technology. I don't know why they insist on doing that. It's tinny little speakers, right? I mean, it's no magic.
Tinny little speakers. That's really all there is. It's average. It's just average. Of course, charging on the top, and you have your micro SD card slot on the side, so you can get additional
that's nice. You can add
storage.
memory. What's the resolution on that display?
This is 1280 by 800.
So it's kind of a low res.
Yeah, it's lower res, but you can't really tell given the size of it. The size, I think, is perfect for this IPS display.
Yeah.
Also, whenever you turn it, you don't really get a lot of
That's IPS right there. Look at that.
degradation.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it looks very, very nice. Very impressive. One thing that's not impressive is the camera. It's not that great. So I took a few pictures, and I'll pull those up real quick. And they're over here. I took some pictures.
Oh, I feel the
in
sluggishness
low light
right there. I felt that it felt a little sluggish.
You got to wait for it, and you have to press maybe multiple times sometimes.
But a kid might not notice.
So it's definitely a little bit grainy. It's a pretty average camera, so I definitely wouldn't use this for taking pictures. You can use it for webcam if you want to. There's a Skype webcam on the front if you want to use that. You can take videos on it, and the videos are just average. They're really not that great. I would not use this. I would not stand in a concert hall and hold this.
Remember, kids were using flip cams a couple of years ago.
Were.
And this is better quality than that, isn't it? I mean,
it is better quality than that.
Yeah, my first tablet,
So you can do up to additional 32 gigs. It has 16 gigs on the inside of it. And it's also available in a couple of different colors. Obviously, this is for a younger generation. So
the cheapest one will be 149. Will be 16 gigs probably.
Yeah.
Also, a lower quality camera. I noticed they have a 5 megapixels for the 16, but only 2 megapixels for the 8.
1.2 megapixels.
So you can really get the price
the front,
down, but you're not going to get much.
5 megapixels. And they can say you can get 720p video out of it. I'm sure it looks a lot better and brighter times. And then it comes in a bunch of different colors. If you want, you can get pink, green, white, blue, and gray as well. So we got a white one to review. Okay. It's a little bit smudgy. It's not that bad at all. The front, obviously, you're going to get a few finger smudges from touching it, but that's nothing that you can't wipe off with your pant leg. You know, it's not nothing out of the ordinary. So all in all, it's a kind of an average tablet for that lower price range, $150. it's definitely a good idea for teenagers in your life.
I think so. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, yeah.
Yeah, and especially if you're not able to afford that, which a lot of teenagers aren't. So my pros on this: it has a really nice screen for the size, plenty of battery life. You get about 10 hours out of it, so it's just fine for a day of use. The cons on it, of course, slower processing, which is noticeable, and the average camera. So I would give it a try.
The competition for this is the somewhat more expensive Nexus 7 from Google. I guess if you couldn't afford, it's about $80 more for the Google.
Yeah, just about.
You want to save that money, I think this is probably a good choice. As good as you're going to get for $150.
I mean, there's always going to be room for a decent tablet. Not a junk tablet, but a decent tablet at a
It's a lot better than those junky Chinese tablets that people were buying for $99.
I agree.
Spend a little bit more. Get the ASUS MemoPad HD 7. Thank you, Shannon Morse.
Thank you.